Life can be unpredictable, with its ups and downs often hitting us when we least expect it. Some days are filled with joy and success, while others bring challenges, frustration, and even despair. But what if you could face every moment, whether good or bad, with a sense of calm and positivity? What if, no matter the circumstances, you could always find a way to stay hopeful and focused on the good in your life? In today's world, it often feels like negativity is everywhere. Stress, anxiety, and problems seem to surround us, pulling us down and making it hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But what if I told you that you have the power within you to remain positive, even in the toughest of times? This video is all about discovering the key to staying positive, no matter what life throws your way. By learning how to control your mindset, trust in a higher plan, and find strength in your faith, you can remain steadfast and hopeful even when things seem impossible. It's not about ignoring the difficulties of life. It's about learning how to face them with resilience, optimism, and the belief that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. If you want to know how to embrace life with a positive outlook, no matter the obstacles, then stay tuned and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Dean Explorers for more empowering content like this. 1. Trust that Allah has a plan. Sometimes, life doesn't go the way you expect. You pray for something and it doesn't happen. You plan for success, but you face failure. You try to keep relationships strong, but they fall apart. In those moments, you may feel confused, disappointed, or even angry. But here's the truth that can give you peace. Allah always has a plan, and His plan is always better than yours. You may not understand everything that happens in your life, and that's okay. You're not supposed to understand everything. You're supposed to trust. Just like a child trusts their parents without needing to know every detail, a believer trusts Allah completely. Allah is not just your creator. He is your planner. He knows what is best for you today, tomorrow, and for your hereafter. His knowledge is perfect. His wisdom is infinite. And His love for you is more than you can ever imagine. Think about this. Sometimes you desperately want something, maybe a job, a person, an opportunity, and when you don't get it, you feel heartbroken. But months later, you look back and realize, I'm glad that didn't happen. That is Allah's protection. You didn't see the harm, but He did. You didn't know what would go wrong, but He did. So He closed that door to save you. At other times, you might wonder why your life is full of delays. Why is success taking so long? Why are your du'as not answered yet? The answer is, Allah is not denying you. He is preparing you. He's shaping your heart, your soul, and your mindset before giving you what you asked for. And sometimes, He gives you something even better than what you prayed for, because He knows what your soul truly needs. You may feel like you're walking through darkness, like nothing makes sense. But remember, even when you can't see the way, the one who guides the sun and the stars is guiding you too. Allah is never blind to your tears. He's never deaf to your prayers. He knows what you're going through, and He's already written a beautiful ending to your story. You just need to keep walking in faith. So don't let delays make you doubt. Don't let heartbreak make you bitter. Don't let failure make you give up. Just remember, your life's not out of control. It is under Allah's perfect control. Even when you don't understand His plan, you can trust His wisdom. And if you trust Him, you will see His mercy at every step. Your job is not to understand everything. Your job is to trust the one who created everything. Keep making dua. Keep doing your best. And leave the results to Him. Because when you put your trust in Allah, you will never be disappointed. 2. Be grateful. Even in tough times. When life gets difficult, when everything seems to be falling apart, it's easy to feel frustrated, angry, or lost. During these tough times, it's natural to focus on what you don't have, what has gone wrong, and what's causing you pain. But what if you shifted your perspective? What if, instead of focusing on the difficulties, you focused on what you still have to be grateful for? Because no matter how hard life gets, there's always something to be thankful for. And this gratitude can change everything. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you when things are good. It's an attitude that transforms your heart, especially during the hardest times. It's not about ignoring your struggles or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about recognizing that, despite the difficulties, you still have blessings in your life. And it's about choosing to focus on those blessings, even when things seem impossible. When you are grateful, your heart becomes calm. You begin to appreciate even the small things in life. A warm meal, the roof over your head, the air you breathe, the people you love. These are all blessings that should never be taken for granted. Sometimes, we get so caught up in our problems that we forget to see the blessings right in front of us. Being grateful during tough times also means trusting that everything happens for a reason. You might not understand why you are going through a difficult moment, but you can trust that Allah has a purpose for it. Maybe the hardship is teaching you patience, maybe it's strengthening your faith, or maybe it's protecting you from something worse. Sometimes you only see the wisdom in it later on. Gratitude is also a powerful tool for healing. When you are grateful, you shift your focus from what you've lost to what you still have. It helps you keep your heart light, even when your circumstances are heavy. Gratitude also helps you maintain hope. When you focus on your blessings, you realize that even in the darkest of times, there's light. And that light is enough to keep you going. Moreover, gratitude increases your joy. It's easy to feel defeated when life seems hard, but when you take a moment to look at everything you have, your health, your family, your faith, you begin to feel a sense of peace. And this peace is a gift. It's a gift that keeps growing the more you practice gratitude. So when you're facing challenges, remember to be grateful. You don't have to be thankful for the hardship itself, but you can be thankful for the lessons it brings. Be thankful for the strength Allah has given you to face it. Be thankful for the support of your loved ones. Be thankful for your health, your ability to keep going, and your faith. Gratitude turns the hardest of times into opportunities for growth, patience, and closeness to Allah. Gratitude doesn't just change your mindset, it changes your heart, your perspective, and your relationship with Allah. It's a reminder that no matter how tough things get, you are never without blessings. And as you continue to practice gratitude, you will find that even in the darkest times, you have everything you need to stay strong. 3. Remember that hard times will end. When life feels like it's full of struggles and challenges, it's easy to feel trapped in your situation. The weight of your worries, the burden of hardships, or the pain of a loss can make you feel like things will never get better. But one of the most comforting truths to remember during tough times is that hard times don't last forever. No matter how difficult life seems, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Every difficulty you face will eventually come to an end. Allah promises that after every hardship comes ease. When we face challenges, it can be hard to imagine that things will improve. The pain you feel might seem endless, the obstacles might seem insurmountable, and the future may appear uncertain. But trust in this: Allah has a plan for you, and part of that plan includes relief and ease. Hard times may test your faith, but they will also strengthen it, and the reward for patience during those times is immense. The key to getting through tough times is patience. Patience doesn't mean you're never allowed to feel sad or frustrated. It simply means you keep going, even when things are hard. Patience is the ability to remain steadfast in your faith, to trust Allah's timing, and to remember that your struggle has a purpose. Hard times are not meaningless. They are a test of your faith, and how you handle them will determine the strength of your character and your closeness to Allah. It's important to remind yourself that no difficulty is permanent. Life is full of cycles. There are ups and downs, moments of joy and moments of pain. After the rain, the sun shines. After the winter, spring comes. Similarly, after hardship, Allah's mercy and ease will come into your life. You will get through this. It may take time, but with each passing day, you are closer to relief. Even when you feel like you're stuck in a never-ending struggle, remember that Allah is always with you. He sees your pain, hears your prayers, and knows what's in your heart. His plan for you is always better than anything you could imagine. Trust that He is guiding you through this tough time and that He will bring you out of it stronger than before. In your moments of struggle, always remind yourself, this too shall pass. There will come a time when you look back and realize how far you've come, how much you've learned, and how much stronger you've become. What seems impossible today will become a distant memory tomorrow. Another important lesson during tough times is to focus on what you can control. You may not be able to change the situation, but you can control your response to it. You can choose to stay hopeful. You can choose to keep your faith in Allah. You can choose to be patient, and you can choose to keep working towards better days. By doing so, you will be amazed at how quickly the difficult times start to fade, and how much better you feel once you begin to shift your focus from the struggle to the strength you're building through it. Remember that Allah never tests you beyond what you can bear. He knows your limits, and He believes in your ability to overcome this challenge. He will never leave you alone in your struggle. His promise of ease is not empty. It is certain. And when that ease comes, you will look back and see how much you have grown and how much you have learned. So in the hardest moments, hold on to the hope that your struggle will come to an end. Keep your heart filled with patience, trust in Allah's plan, and know that the hardship you face now is not permanent. Just as the night gives way to the dawn, your trials will give way to the blessings Allah has waiting for you. 4. Make dua and talk to Allah. In moments of struggle and hardship, one of the most powerful tools you have is dua, supplication. Dua is your direct communication with Allah, a way to pour your heart out, share your worries, express your desires, and ask for guidance. When life gets overwhelming, and it feels like there is no one else who understands your pain, remember that Allah is always there, ready to listen. He knows your heart better than anyone else, and He is the best listener. Dua is not just about asking for something specific. It's a way to connect with Allah, to seek His mercy, to strengthen your faith, and to trust in His wisdom. Whether you're facing difficulties, feeling lost, or simply seeking peace, making dua is a powerful act that brings you closer to Allah and reminds you that He is always with you. It's important to understand that dua is not just about the words you say. It's about the sincerity of your heart, the trust you place in Allah, and the belief that He is capable of changing your situation. When you make dua, you acknowledge that Allah is the one who has the power to ease your pain, remove your worries, and guide you through difficult times. This act of submission and reliance on Allah strengthens your faith and brings comfort to your soul. Dua is also a way to purify your heart and soul. When you talk to Allah, you release your emotions, your pain, and your worries. You trust Him with everything, knowing that He understands what you are going through. This act of turning to Allah for help brings peace to your heart. It's like unloading a heavy burden, knowing that Allah will take care of you and guide you through the darkness. In addition to asking for what you need, dua is a way to express gratitude to Allah. Even in your moments of struggle, there are always things to be thankful for. When you make dua, thank Allah for the blessings you have, for the strength to keep going, and for His mercy and guidance. Gratitude in your dua helps you focus on the positive, reminding you that despite the hardships, you are never without Allah's mercy. Moreover, dua is an act of worship. It brings you closer to Allah and strengthens your connection with Him. The more you make dua, the more you begin to feel the presence of Allah in your life. Your relationship with Him becomes deeper and more meaningful. Every prayer, every supplication, no matter how small, brings you closer to Allah's mercy and blessings. One of the beautiful aspects of dua is that it can be made at any time in any place. You don't need a special occasion or a perfect moment. You can talk to Allah when you are sad, anxious, or unsure. You can talk to Allah when you are happy and grateful. The best part is that Allah is always ready to listen, no matter the time or place. Making dua is one of the most powerful acts you can do in times of hardship. It is your direct communication with Allah, and through it, you express your trust, your faith, and your reliance on Him. Whether you are facing big challenges or small difficulties, always turn to Allah, and know that He is always near, ready to listen and respond. Keep making dua, and trust that Allah will always guide you, ease your burdens, and provide for you in ways you can't even imagine. 5. Read the Quran for peace. In the midst of life's chaos, when stress and anxiety feel overwhelming, there is a source of peace that you can always turn to: the Quran. The Quran is not just a book. It is the direct word of Allah, filled with guidance, wisdom, and solace. When you feel lost, when the noise of the world becomes too much, the Quran is a calm refuge that can restore your peace and bring serenity to your heart. By reading the Quran, you invite the words of Allah into your life, allowing them to heal, soothe, and guide you through difficult times. The power of the Quran lies in its words. Each verse holds wisdom and meaning, carefully chosen by Allah to provide the answers you need. Every time you open the Quran, you open a door to divine guidance, peace, and hope. The rhythm of the words, the beauty of the language, and the depth of the meaning, all of these elements work together to provide you with comfort and tranquility. It is easy to feel overwhelmed when facing life's difficulties. Whether you're dealing with personal struggles, family issues, financial problems, or health challenges, the burden can sometimes feel too much to bear. But in those moments, the Quran reminds you that you are never alone. Allah is with you, and He is guiding you every step of the way. The Quran provides reassurance, comfort, and hope, reminding you that Allah's mercy is greater than your struggles. The Quran helps us shift our focus from our problems to the greatness of Allah. It helps us realize that our challenges are small in comparison to His power, and it encourages us to trust in Him. When you read the Quran, you remind yourself that Allah is always in control, and He has a plan for you. Even in the hardest times, the Quran teaches us to remain patient, trusting that Allah will provide a way out, and that relief will come. In addition to providing peace during tough times, reading the Quran also strengthens your connection with Allah. It is through the Quran that we learn about Allah's attributes, His mercy, His love, His justice, and His wisdom. The more we read the Quran, the more we come to understand our Creator and our relationship with Him. This understanding brings peace to the heart, as we realize that we are loved and cared for by the Most Merciful. Another benefit of reading the Quran is that it brings clarity to our minds. Life can often feel confusing, and we may not always understand the reasons behind our struggles. But when we turn to the Quran, it offers us wisdom and perspective. It teaches us that hardship is a part of life, and that we should respond to it with patience, trust, and gratitude. The Quran gives us guidance on how to handle challenges in the best way, allowing us to approach difficulties with a peaceful and calm mind. The act of reading the Quran itself is an act of worship that brings tranquility to your soul. Just as the body needs food to stay strong, the soul needs the Quran to remain spiritually nourished. Every time you recite the Quran, you invite peace and serenity into your heart. The Quran is the greatest gift from Allah, a timeless source of peace, hope, and guidance. By reading it regularly, you not only grow closer to Allah, but you also find inner peace and strength. Furthermore, the Quran encourages us to reflect on our circumstances. Often, when we are struggling, it's easy to get lost in our emotions or become consumed by worry. But the Quran invites us to pause and reflect on the bigger picture, on the wisdom of Allah, the temporary nature of this world, and the eternal reward that awaits the patient. It teaches us that peace comes from understanding that our lives are in Allah's hands, and that His plan for us is always for our ultimate good. Remember, life's challenges are just stepping stones to becoming stronger and more resilient. By embracing trust in Allah, practicing gratitude and turning to faith, you can remain positive no matter what life throws at you. The key is not to let the storms of life shake your peace, but to trust that Allah has a plan and that every hardship is temporary. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope today's video gave you the inspiration and tools to stay positive in any situation. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Dean Explorers. Your support means the world to me, and together, we can continue spreading positivity and wisdom. Stay hopeful, stay strong, and always trust that Allah's plan for you is greater than anything you can imagine. Until next time, take care and stay blessed.